welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hopefully, you all are doing well. We are here to talk Thursday night football. We're also going to have Steve is going to join us. I think Aiden potentially is going to join us as well for a little bit. We're going to help them out with their fantasy teams. And then we're obviously going to talk Thursday night football. Got my game preview. That will be out after the stream. It's finished. Just need to publish that. Let me send those guys the link so they have it and they can join whenever they want. Tonight's our night. I agree. Mitchell, what's up? Let me send this. Tonight's a pretty fun game. I mean, it's a 50.5 point total. That's pretty big for Thursday night football. We typically don't get a total that big. You know, early season is really the only time I would say we can get a total that big on a Thursday night football game, because as the season goes on, I feel like the quality of Thursday night football obviously decreases. Trey, what's up? DK limiting me to $5 bets. They hate us. Yeah, that's a common problem for me, Mitchell. I think it was week 1. I tried to put a touchdown bet in on DraftKings, and it said I could bet $1 and like 29 cents on this touchdown. I took a screenshot of it, which I thought was funny. But Dewan, what's up? But I don't know. Let's talk. We'll talk Thursday night football a little bit here, and then I don't know. These guys are going to hop in at some point, and we'll see what we get into there. Like I said, pretty fun game though. 50.5 point total. Big spread, 12.5. It's mostly 11.5 everywhere, but there's still that stray 12.5 out there on DraftKings. I think most like quote unquote, I guess like sharp bettors would probably be on Miami in this spot. I'm not betting a side of the game, full transparency. I don't like to fade Buffalo at home, especially like this is the last year in that stadium. And I don't know. I don't like fading Buffalo at home. Miami, this is like true desperation mode. They should have won that game last week. In my opinion, they did not. They're 0-2. That seat, I called Mike McDaniel dead man walking after week 1. I mean, that seat is burning. That is the hottest seat you could have in the NFL right now, Mike McDaniel, and he's sitting on it tonight. So, I mean, this is like ultra desperation mode, divisional game. There's a lot of trends historically that kind of favor Miami in this game, but I just don't. I've never been like a huge trend guy because typically there's trends on both sides. You know, you can find trends that fit both sides of the game. So I don't like to be too in on like the trend stuff. That being said, I can see it both ways. Like Miami has to have this game. Even if they don't win, they can be in this game. And Buffalo's down. They're arguably they're two outside of Bosa, I would say probably like their two best defenders. Matt Milano, it has been big for them as a linebacker for years. He's out. Ed Oliver, one of their best pass rushers, out. So definitely, some spots where Miami could find some success here. I think with no Milano, that's really going to benefit Devon Achane in the passing game. That's why if you saw my tweet earlier, the bets that I like for tonight, I did take Devon Achane over 5.5 receptions. I think they're going to basically just do what they did last week against New England. The offense bounced back. The offense looked good against New England. And that's not saying much because I don't think New England's defense is very good. But the Miami Dolphins offense was fine last week. They were getting the ball out quick. They were getting it into the hands of their playmakers. Early touchdown from Jalen Waddle. Tyreek Hill went over 100 yards. Achane had a huge game, 8 catches for him last week. And, thought he scored the game-winning touchdown, but just happened to step out of bounds. So I think we can see a similar game plan. Tua getting the ball out quick, really picking on that area, the middle of the field where Buffalo is going to be missing Milano. That's going to play right into the benefit of Achan, and that's why I took him obviously over catches there, coming off that 8-catch game last week. And then on the Bills side, it just is what it is at this point. Miami might have, and I wrote it in the blog, Miami might have the worst defense I've ever seen through 2 weeks since I've started watching football. Seriously, it's honestly that bad. It's embarrassingly bad, this Miami Dolphins defense. So are they going to be able to stop Buffalo at all? I don't know. The only times Josh Allen's ever been uncomfortable is when he gets blitzed. Miami blitzes a lot. Now, they blitz a lot, but they don't get any pressure on the quarterback. It's pretty impressive. But they are going to blitz a lot. So can that make Josh uncomfortable? I don't know. Most likely not. So I agree probably with the total. And I'm not betting a side of the game. But just for reference, if we look at this year in terms of blitz percentage, Miami's third in the NFL right now. They're blitzing at the third highest rate. If we look at pressure percentage, Miami is, I don't even know. This is they're like 19th or 20th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, they're 20th. So they're third overall in blitz percentage, 20th overall in pressure percentage. They are not getting the quarterback despite their willingness to blitz. It's actually pretty crazy. But I think Steve's here. I'm going to add him in, and we'll kind of see. I think Aiden's coming on too. Like I said, we'll see if he hops in as well. Steve, how is it going today?
Good. It's going really well. And Aiden is joining. He's just working on something with Sarika, and then he'll be on.
Awesome. No rush, obviously. But how you feeling today? What's your kind of thoughts on the first couple weeks of football here? Do you have any thoughts on the game tonight, particularly?
Who's playing it? Is it Bills Dolphins?
Yeah, Bills Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think the Bills are going to win. I think it's hilarious. I was listening to SportsCenter the other day. They're like, Josh Allen might wear a shield because he cut his nose, and ooh, is that going to change everything? I'm like,
Yeah.
He's got 350-pound dudes trying to kill him all the time. I don't think a little bit of plastic in his face is going to change things. And if it is, I wouldn't be surprised if he just takes it off and plays without it. He's got a cut nose. It's not like there's something more dramatic going on. So, anyways, I just find a lot of the media reporting on some of these nuisance style injuries a little exaggerated. They're trying to create a story. I think the Bills are going to absolutely smoke them. And I think that Mike McDaniels is going to be looking for a job next week.
You think he's going to get fired tonight?
I think he's going to be fired. Yeah. So they got 10 days until their next game. If they go 0-3, and then, he's just a lot of drama surrounding that team at all times.
Yeah, there's certainly that. I do agree there.
I think he'll be out of work.
I don't think public perception can be any different on these two teams. I'm looking at the splits. I said when the stream started, I think the quote unquote sharp bettors are going to be on Miami in this spot. I'm not betting a side of the game, but I think a lot of pro bettors will be taking Miami in this spot. But I'm curious to see kind of how the game plays out. I'm going to be rooting hard for, I'm not betting it. I'm going to be rooting hard for Miami because there's no way the Bills aren't just massively picked in survivor leagues.
Well, I was going to say, if we go back and we look at my survivor post from this week, number one home team favorite is the Buffalo Bills based on performance data.
Yes.
And I really quickly.
Yeah. Here, pop that up, and then let me check. I want to see if I can check. I think Yahoo has public survivor pool, so I might be able to see the pick percentage of Buffalo, because I would have to guess it's well over 30%.
In Splash Sports, I think they were over 80% Buffalo. Um,
80%?
sorry. Let me rephrase that. 80% probability they're going to win,
Oh,
and
okay,
it
okay.
was the highest,
Okay.
which then gets like overwhelmingly largest number of picks because people just tend to just go if they're not doing their own research, just go and look at who's the most
I see
probable.
StreamYard on your shared thing there. And let me add Aiden in here.
Oh, yes, you do. Sorry, this is what I'm looking at.
There you go.
It's
Let me
because I want to, I'm trying to see your face, Ben, and when I
Yeah.
go to screen share and I have two monitors, I can't see your face. I'm also trying to operate my phone at the same time.
Aiden, how we doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, Ben?
Pretty good. So we were talking Survivor right now. Let me see if I can see this pick percentage. Aiden, do you have any thoughts on the game tonight quickly while I look this up?
See, I heard the conversation about Bills being like an 80% pick favorite, and that right there alone makes me not want to pick them because that just seems terrifying.
Yeah,
As
I'm
someone who
not.
got burned last year from the Bengals, I can't do it again.
I'm seeing 27% picked on Yahoo right now. Let me see. Let me check another source. Pick percentage.
Well, and the thing is, like, this is probably the first time you've been able to pick the Bills reliably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe
Well,
last week,
last
but
Yeah,
the
some people used them last week against the Jets, but
yeah,
not a high percentage.
yeah. Like I used them last week against the Jets in my one of my four formats, but yeah, I don't know. I'm picking Bills Super Bowl, so I'm a bit
I
high on them.
think
And go
I
ahead.
think the move is just don't pick them. Obviously, you can't because you just said you used them. But for everyone watching, and then if you're playing it, I think you don't pick them and just hope they somehow lose tonight. I don't like using Thursday teams anyways. I don't know. I
Well,
typically try to stay
I
away
was
from.
there are some things to keep in mind. Thursdays have a higher likelihood of being an upset, um, and you have some better options. If you're in multiple formats, you have to pick different pathways. So maybe use the Bills, and that's probably the biggest reason why I would take them if you're in like three or four different entries to split your picks and take different pathways. Uh, but there's some other good options like Bucks Jets. That's not a bad one. Justin Fields is out.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous there, only because Tampa's down their top two tackles now because Wirfs is not going to be back, and then they just lost their other good tackle last week. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they have played. Baker Mayfield has played great in like the fourth quarter of those games, but they've also lost on the last. Like they've won on the last play of the game essentially 2 weeks in a row. I don't like betting on luck like that. I mean, I don't know. I'm a little nervous there. No tackles are banged up. Baker Mayfield number one right now in the NFL in turnover worthy play rate and has 0 picks. That is going. I think I'm not saying I would bet like the Jets, although I actually probably am going to bet the Jets again this week, unfortunately. But I think Baker Mayfield to throw a pick is like a top. That'll be if he doesn't throw one this week. I'm just going to bet this like this weekend next week because
Like
eventually
every week until it.
he's going to throw an interception most likely this week, but at some point he's going to. I don't know if we have odds on that yet, but let me see. Oh yeah, we do. He's minus 150 to throw a pick. So the books are aware of this. That's not even that good. I was hoping we would get this like at minus 120. That's not even that good of a bet now that I see it's minus 150. But yeah, so
Yeah,
where are you leaning right now, Steve, for Survivor? Because I'll tell you.
I went with well, I always go with six picks. So I go with three at home and then I go three in the road. And this is purely the data. People will roast me on Reddit and like, how can you suggest this team? How can you suggest that team? Blah blah blah. But the reality is like this is just the data. So It's funny when we start to debate it on Reddit, then you normally come around to like, okay, well, the data actually is telling you a bit of a story that you should listen to. So we talked about Bills, Dolphins. We talked Bucks, Jags, Texans. I actually picked up the Jags defense in our expert on RT Sport. I think this is another one. They're home. I'd be betting this. They're 1-1. The numbers are looking pretty good in their favor. So that's probably maybe the spiciest one that's out there, I would say. Jags over Texans.
Yeah.
And then
go ahead.
I'll let you respond. Yeah. No, I'll respond, then we can talk about away teams.
No, I was going to say I like an away team this week for my pick. So if I was going to go home, I might lean Seattle maybe if I was going to pick a home team for my favorite. But that one can go either way because Rattlers actually played pretty good.
Exactly. That's
I just don't know if that'll carry over because they played both their games at home. So can that carry on a cross country trip? Seattle, top 2 or 3 defense in the NFL right now, in my opinion. So tough spot, and they're on the road, but it's also, he's played good enough to keep them in games. So I understand that side of it. Real quick, you just got a Schefter bomb here. So
oh yeah,
it's so funny. As we were talking about this, the Buccaneers play starting OT Luke Gedeke and starting guard Cody Mock on injured reserve. So he's going to be down Tristan Wirfs, their starting left tackle, their other tackle, Luke Gedeke, and one of their starting guards. 3 offensive linemen down for the Bucs this week.
Fade the Bucs.
Yeah, I'm going to have to – I just hate – I will say week 3 has historically been the biggest week for just carnage, especially the last few years, like teams that are publicly thought of not good winning outright and stuff. So this is a week to get in on that. I hate the New York Jets, but I'm going to have to ride. I'm going to have to ride the 7.5 point. Tyrod Taylor, historically very good against the spread as well. But
also didn't realize how old he is.
Yeah, he is old.
Grandpa Tyrod.
Yeah, he's not. He's been around for some time at this point.
I was like, he's that old, and then there was a comment on SportsCenter. He hasn't played a game in 3 years or 2 years. I was like, Tyrod's not gonna have a good game. I know you're picking the Jets, but I'm gonna disagree.
I'm not saying the Jets will win, but he can play good enough that they're in the game.
They're gonna bring a Walker out. They're gonna roll him out. Okay, he's not going to know where he is because he hasn't been in an NFL stadium in 2 years or 3 years or whatever it is. I don't know. Even with their whole offensive line down, I don't think the Jets are going to be able to do much. Plus, it's the Jets.
True that.
Anyways.
Yeah, but I don't.
For the listeners, trust Ben. I've got a shady reference.
No, I'm not saying that the Jets are going to win the game or anything, but I play the numbers. I'm going to bet them +7. Whether they cover
you think it's
going
to be within a touchdown, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I'll be on here on Monday afternoon and I'll be bitching about how the Jets are stupid and I don't know why I bet that.
They got smoked.
Yeah. I mean, Baker completely buried me on Monday. We had Texans -2.5 and they lose on the last play of the game. So I'm sure it'll happen again.
It was funny. Like, obviously, we had some stuff going on at Rolling Insights at that time. So I wasn't really watching the game. And I had the Bucks. So last week, I think our survivor went 5 for 6. And waiting for the results of the Bucks game, whether we were 4 or 5. And I just assumed the Bucks had lost because I'd stopped watching. And to see that they won, I was like, oh, this is great. We got a lot going on right now. This is a real bright spot with the Bucks pulling through in the last.
And that was back to back too because you had the Colts over the Broncos on that Survivor post, and they won on the last play of the game. And a lot of people on Reddit did not like the Colts pick there over Denver, but that came through for you.
They did not. I'm starting to build a little bit of a fan base.
That's good.
Yeah. It's more than just the haircut.
All right, you want to do away teams quickly, and then we can assist Aiden if he needs it.
So Colts over Titans. This one, like if you're talking about a layup, I know they're an away team, and I would normally never recommend an away pick, but this is a layup. Like the Colts have been great, even with Daniel Jones, and the Titans have been terrible.
The Titans are my favorite bet this week, and they're gonna win the game.
You're picking them to upset the Colts.
I am taking the Tennessee Titans. Yes.
Wow,
I think they're gonna win this game.
I don't think
I'm
we've
not
ever
taking them.
disagreed this much.
Wait, yeah, I know we are on opposite sides. I'm not taking them in Survivor. I want to clear that up. I am betting the Titans to win this game.
Good.
Yes, Survivor. I like the Atlanta.
So are you? What's the spread? You're betting the spread?
Yeah, plus 4.5. And
ooh, that's way tighter.
I'm gonna take money line as well, which is plus 172. I like Atlanta for Survivor. That's my favorite spot.
I think that's a good pick too. And so they're in there. The Packers over the Browns.
Yeah.
I just want to state something. And this is RT Sports for those that listen each week. We're in an expert pool. We have $100 as our bankroll. Someone spent $23 on Jake Browning. 23. I like nearly fell out of my chair. Because I was like, you could have got him for $1 or the waiver wire.
Well, it's not Superflex either. If it was Superflex, I would understand it, but it's not.
No, and there's other quarterbacks on there. It was the craziest
that's a little
bankroll I've ever seen.
I think we should call this person out. Who was it? I want to know.
What does he know that we don't know?
Yeah, he doesn't know.
What's he? What's he cooking over there? Does he have insider information?
This is when I have to come on Monday and have an apology.
Well, so Jake Browning, when he had that infamous game in primetime and won, it was against the Minnesota Vikings, and he was
score. I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
Greg Fay. I don't know.
Greg Fay, would love to have you on the show to explain why you went so hard for Jake. Maybe he knows Jake Browning. I don't think we can't rule that out. Maybe he knows him. I also spent $2 on Xavier Scott, which again could have got that guy for free. Xavier Scott is terrible.
I was throwing up. I wanted Troy Franklin. I was like, ooh, $7. 24
for Troy. Yeah, that's tight. I mean, Troy Franklin.
I think this is a good pickup.
Yeah, he could be the Broncos' number one receiver. I mean, there's room for that potential. So I can understand spending big on him. Jake Browning, a little crazy. Zach Ertz for 27. Are we going to talk about that? Does he just not have a tight end?
I don't know. I actually just played him. He beat me. But he's got Dallas is questionable. And then he's got TJ Hawkinson. But he's been terrible.
I know, but
dropped him in our other league.
Could you not have just picked up Zach Ertz today?
He could have. No, well, the only thing I will defend him in that there's not that many. Here, I'll come back to. There's not that many tight ends. So this is a bit of a defensive strategy, I suspect, where he's just I need to get a good tight end, and there's not many available.
I would rather have picked up. I guarantee there has to be somebody better. Not better.
Well, here's all the guys that are Noah Fant.
Yeah, I mean Brenton Strange is available allegedly. Just pick him up for free. I would take Gunnar Helm, who is the Titans' backup tight end, over spending $27 on Zach Ertz.
Is Gunnar Helm even on this page?
Probably not.
Gunnar Helm.
There he is, right there. 5.5 points.
Your love of the Titans.
Watch out. Gunnar Helm is good.
It's like when my dad was talking about Kyle Pitts 5 years ago. Watch out.
Gunnar Helm is the new Kyle Pitts. I'm gonna wish cast that until it happens.
Okay, so I get why he went after Zach Ertz, and the first few weeks in this, you can spend your $100 and then you're fine afterwards, or you save your $100 till the final few weeks and then you get that critical player you need that everyone's trying to fight to get. Like we talked about last year, spend your bankroll. You got the dollars. So my view is I'm not going to over-index on any of these overspend. I'm going to save that $100 to the last few weeks. So if I'm in a chance to win it, I make sure that I get the guy I need.
Yeah, I spent every dollar I had in the Guillotine League this week, Steve. And
on who?
Jonathan Taylor. I put $998 on Jonathan Taylor. And
that's a good pitch.
Travis deked me because he has 960 and he needs a running back. And so he was going to put 960 on him, but I told him, I was like, I'm putting 998 on him, so you're not going to get him. So he didn't put 960 on him, and the next closest bid was like 400. So I could have just put 500, but I only have one running back currently because Aaron Jones got hurt. So I had to secure that I got Jonathan Taylor. So I have no money left in the Fantasy League.
But I think that is such a like season-winning move. That
Agree. Because if we redrafted today, Jonathan Taylor would probably go like top 5.
Let's see where is he in this?
And he buried Aiden last week, so I know Aiden's mad at him.
Yes.
Like blind.
Right there. 42 points.
That's pretty good.
Total. Yeah. Really just strong roll, too, because obviously Daniel Jones is more willing to Anthony Richardson just throws the ball downfield. Daniel Jones will like check it down to Jonathan Taylor, so that kind of helps out the floor a little bit, too. Steve, we might have to make a graphic because we're like head-to-head this week. I'm taking the Jets. You're taking the Bucks. I'm taking the Titans. You're taking the Colts. We got to. I'm gonna spin up like a Mike Tyson punch-out graphic.
Yeah, like a bobblehead. My picks.
Is there any other game that we disagree on? We need one more.
Okay. Well, I'll pull up the Survivor pool again, and then we'll help Aiden out.
Oh, I like Houston, and you like the Jacks. There we go. So 3.
Boom.
3.
Boom.
We're going head-to-head in 3 spots.
Get Jeff to make a graphic up.
I will. I'm gonna talk to him. See, we'll work on that in the background. That will be posted this weekend.
What were some of the other favorites? This game was talked about quite a bit on Reddit, as we mentioned earlier. I don't think there's really anything else that people were talking about.
Yeah, Seattle's
Chiefs
6.5.
This one, folks were talking. But I don't think the Chiefs or the Giants are that bad. That the Chiefs, like, I think I wouldn't. This is too risky for me.
Yeah, and theoretically, you probably want to save the Chiefs because they are going to get healthier at some point, and then you would feel more confident in using them. Like risking it now when they have no receivers is probably not the best move.
When there's better games like the Colts and the Jags and the Bills and the Bucks.
Yeah. So I'm looking just at spread. Seattle -7.5 is big. Green Bay was 8.5. That's down to 7.5, interestingly enough. But still touchdown favorites there.
That's the Jake Browning effect.
Yeah, the Bengals are +3 currently.
So I've got one final question, then we can go to Aiden.
Okay.
Do we see Sadair Sanders this week? I can't even say his name anymore. I've said it so many times.
This week, no. This season, maybe. I don't know. So from what I've heard, he does not even run the scout team in practice currently. He just does not practice at all. But they give him
not practicing at all. What is he doing?
They do not have him running the scout team. They give him like after practice ends, they give him like 15 plays, and that's like his practice. So I don't think it doesn't sound like he's ever going to get in, but I still think he could get in this season, like at the end if the Browns are really bad record-wise, which is possible considering they have like the number 2 ranked defense in the NFL and they're 0-2 and just somehow they gave up 40 points, Steve, in a game in which they outgained the Ravens in that game in yards. They only gave up they held Derrick Henry to nothing and they lost 41-17 or whatever. It's actually insane how bad their offense is.
Yeah, I think that's the defense is out there the whole time.
Yeah, I feel bad.
Well, I just, maybe you should head down to the stadium and just be like, "Hey, let's get them out there."
I'll start a protest, maybe. Yeah. I mean, we saw Gabriel last week at the end. How long until they go to him? I'm not sure, but like full time, I don't know.
Yeah, and is he better?
I don't know. I guess we'll see if they get him in, but I feel bad for the defense. They have a legitimate like Super Bowl caliber defense, and then their offense is just the worst in the league. It's like insane.
Well, I dropped Jerry in the league. I was just like this, even though he's gonna get all the targets.
You just dropped him.
I dropped him. I was like, he's just never gonna get more than 10 points a game.
You're quick to cut bait. I'm not dealing with it anymore.
18 weeks. By week 3, like you need to be making some moves. You wait too long.
I can respect that. I can respect the urgency. All right. So Aiden, you're 0-2. I mean, how? I want to know how. Can I look? Yeah, I want to see your last week's game because you got just a monster game from Jamison Williams. You got a monster game from Tucker Kraft. And
we had a terrible game for Fields.
Yeah, and this guy had Fields, and he still beat you.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Can I see your bench?
How though?
Juju ruined him, but it's like, who would he like? You have no other. Like, it wouldn't have mattered regardless.
Yeah. So like, the Worthy injury really hurts. Kirk being out still for that last week. Hopefully this week we should get a couple points off him though.
Yeah, he's back. He should be a big help for the Texans because they need help. I think he's going to help. Dante Thornton's going to get better as the season goes on. I mean, they were targeting him deep down the field a ton. The Chargers defense is just good. So I wouldn't worry too much about him yet. But yeah, Worthy getting hurt is unfortunate. And that guy having Fields and still beating you is insane.
Yeah, and every time I've watched a Packers game, I've seen Golden get targeted down deep, and then he just doesn't catch the ball.
They're going to connect on one. I was talking about it yesterday. Good spot for him this week. Browns really, really good run defense. Obviously, we just saw that. And they play a lot of man-to-man on the back end. Golden and Romeo Doubs both really good separation stuff right now. And if you play man-to-man, like, they can beat him deep. So I don't know if I would like start him this week, but I do think Matthew Golden is due for like, and Jordan Love just missed him. It was Jordan Love's only bad throw last week. He had him wide open for a touchdown.
I was going to say, yeah.
So
yeah,
he was there.
He'll be fine, I think. But yeah, that's unfortunate. Worthy injury, and then, I mean, just no one did anything else. Like Kyron only got you 9. Like that was unfortunate. Hurts, worst possible game. The Philadelphia Eagles basically are at this point playing rugby. They're not playing football. It's crazy.
Yeah, and so like, here's what I'm thinking. So I think the obvious one, we're running Kirk up if he's in. If not, maybe we take a shot at Golden. Like you said, this could be the week. But then also, it kind of sounds like Worthy's maybe closer than he is out. So
I wouldn't trust it only because he plays Sunday night. So like you would have to play Juju then at that point. That would be your only option.
And I have the same comment as last week. They say these guys are fine, but if you got a separator or dislocated shoulder, like he's not gonna be able to catch. They're not gonna throw the ball at him. He's just gonna be out there running around.
They did run Tyreek. Like they used to use him as like a decoy all the time too. Like when he was banged up, like they could do that. Like they could just put him out there and not even throw him the ball one time.
Yeah. And so I read the week 3 waiver targets. I went after Corum.
Yeah, well, that's good for you to have anyways, just because you have Kyron Williams. Like in a league like this, it's not going to kill you to handcuff. So if Kyron goes down, like you're set regardless. So
I don't know if I spent too much on him though, because I was such a believer in your article. I was like, man, Ben says I got to have this guy. So I was like, for sure, we got to get him.
It's okay. I don't worry about that stuff. Like once you get to
we just rip other people pretty hard.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can understand on like a running back, like spending 27 on a tight end is crazy. Like it's just insane. Or a backup quarterback, like crazy.
Yeah. So that's what we're running with so far.
I think what you have is good, like right now for your lineup, and you're projected like. Obviously, the projections on the site, I don't put a ton of stock into that, but just looking at his team, Goff, way tougher spot than last week. Like he went crazy last week, but now on the road against Baltimore's a way harder spot. Hampton has really struggled, and that late fumble last week, like we could probably see Najee get more involved. Tony Pollard's been Like Cam Ward does not check the ball down. Last year, Tony Pollard really got propped up by a lot of those catches, and Cam Ward does not check the ball down. He just throws it downfield. So that kind of hurts him. Terry McLaurin probably takes a big hit, assuming Jane Daniels does not play, because it sounds like he's not. So overall, I think you are in a pretty good spot.
And even Scary Terry just has not been the same this year. I don't know
Yeah,
what
he's
it
been
is. He's
slow
still
to
feeling
come
it,
back from that holdout.
injured.
But I'm pretty sure it's going to be Mariota this week for them. So I think you're in a good spot this week to get off and get your first win.
My way too early prediction and my pessimistic view is JJ McCarthy's going to figure it out this week, and Justin Jefferson's going to drop like three pennies on me.
We got no McCarthy this week. He's out, so he's got
Carson
Wentz.
Wentz out.
Yeah, we got Carson Wentz thrown to him.
Oh, green light. Okay, so things are looking up.
Yeah, things are looking good.
We've got a battle of the 0-2s.
The bottom of the barrel.
Oh, man.
It's a fortunate matchup for my situation on week 3.
It's like unstoppable force, immovable object. 2 0-2 teams. Something has got to give here.
Who else do you have on the waiver wire? Can you pick anyone up now?
Yeah, I was going to say, let's take a look at the players.
We need a sleeper integration.
Yeah.
Can you download this? No, don't see it. Okay,
I don't know if there's a way to or not. On the back.
All right. So specifically, we're probably looking for wide receivers.
Yeah, I would say Wicks is the best option, but I mean, you already have Golden, so.
Wicks,
can you talk stats as opposed to projections?
Like that there.
Yeah, click the stats. Yeah, there you go. And then swap for season maybe. Under week 2 or whatever. Yeah, there you go.
So you have to sort by fantasy points too, just to get a.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Hopkins. I mean, he's got their 2 long TDs though. I don't know how. 4. He has 4 catches but 2 touchdowns. I don't know if that's.
He looks old in that picture.
He is old. 33 he's getting up there. Them bigger body receivers, man.
Tyrod, a couple old guys.
I do like riverboat gambling though. This,
oh yeah,
this looks like a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah. We had a question in the chat real quick. PPR 2 flex. Have to start 2 of Tyreek, Pollard, Etienne, and Zay. I wouldn't hesitate on Chase Brown, Fletch. I think he's fine. The volume has been there. He just hasn't scored touchdowns. And Jake Browning was way better. The running backs performed way better when Jake Browning was in a few years ago as opposed to the receivers. So I wouldn't give up on Chase Brown just yet. I still think he's fine. The role is still there. As far as the starting guys, I would go but definitely probably start ETN. Actually, I don't know. That's tough. That is tough. I probably wouldn't bench Zay in the big total, especially because Detroit's been playing super heavy man. So I would go Zay for sure. And then, I don't know, do any of you have a lean Tyreek, Pollard, ETN? I don't know. That's kind of tough. I definitely want Zay, though, of those 4.
I don't know if I'd go Tyreek. I think that Mike McDaniel's going to get fired.
Yeah, I get. I honestly, Pollard is probably this highest floor. Tyreek, you would think, but he's always had negative road splits during his time with Miami. He struggled with the Bills at times too. I would say ETN, but they were mixing and tooting quite a bit last week, so probably Pollard and Zay, I guess. Fletch, if you're still in here, if I had to pick. All right, Tyquan. I mean, he looked good last week, honestly, but again, long TD boosted him up.
You're
gonna have all of the receivers for KC.
I mean, if history is any indication, the Chiefs will figure it out. Patrick Mahomes will win the Super Bowl.
If we if we think about it, with no Worthy, week 1 it was Hollywood Brown, big game.
Yeah.
Week 2 it was Tyquan Thornton, big game. Maybe it's Juju's week. Maybe that week 3, maybe it's going to oscillate every week. Maybe it's Juju's time.
Yeah.
Oh, you're convincing me, Ben.
It might be. We never know. I don't know.
Well, I have to make a Juju Charbonnet Sharbs pick.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go Juju too.
Yeah. He's banged up too. I didn't see if he practiced today or not, Zach Charbonnet. Let me see if we got an update on that.
He was questionable.
I haven't seen an update today. Just that he was banged up yesterday. I think what you have is good though. I mean, Steve, do you see anyone here sticking out that like he should really pick up? I mean, like I said, Wicks would probably be my preferred, but you already have Golden, so.
Hunter Renfrew has 15 targets, and I always rank by target load, just because you're getting lots of chances to catch the ball, and generally, target load is consistent throughout the year with the same quarterback. They have their favorites; those guys run their routes, so that would be one that I would consider. Obviously, didn't have a great week one, had a great week two.
Yeah. Still higher than Juju last week, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, similar roles. Like, it's the same situation. There's banged up receiving group. Renfro is going to be on the field a lot. Juju is on the field a lot. It's just whether or not they get thrown to. I would say, theoretically, Juju has less target competition because Renfro still has to compete with, McMillan, who they drafted, like, inside the top 15, and they've been throwing a lot to. But when they're losing, like, there's room for both of those guys to get in. Whereas like Juju, it's like Hollywood Brown. Any of those Chiefs guys, it's just like whoever they decide to throw to that day. I don't know. It's like completely random.
Yeah.
We got a lot of season-long questions in the chat. Let's see here. Nathan, which wide receiver would you start half PPR? Golden, Thornton, Worthy, or Io Manor? I would probably do Io Manor. I liked him last week. He did well. Probably your best bet to be like in a trailing kind of game script too. So that would be my pick there.
That's who you recommended I pick up last week. We picked him up live on the stream. I didn't play him. I should have.
Still had a big game.
He had a great game. Well, I think that your point of he dropped that one ball in week one. Otherwise, he would have had a good week. And then he had a good week in week two. So he's essentially had 2 good weeks.
Yeah, similar to Denver. Like, there's a chance Troy Franklin just ends up the number 1 receiver on the team. He might not. It might go back to Sutton, but there's that chance. There's a chance that Io Manor is just the Titans' number 1 receiver. I mean, there is potential for that. We'll just have to wait and see. Do you like Chase Brown or Breece Hall? Rest of season, I'd still take Chase Brown if I had to pick one, I think. Just less, even with Browning in, there's less chances of the offense just being completely terrible. I mean, we saw the floor output of the Jets last week, and it's them scoring 3 points and not being like, if there's no threat of them throwing the ball, they're just going to get run blitzed all day, and they're not going to be able to run the ball either. Like the floor of the Jets offense is way lower than the Bengals. All right, any other questions, Aiden?
All right. Kicker. I know kickers are kind of magic. They're the goalies. The goalies of the NFL. What do we think about picking up this guy?
I picked him up today.
Schrader. Yeah. No problems with him at all.
Yeah.
Just
right now,
hammering long balls.
That could be the difference, because I think last year there were a couple weeks I had. I forget who it was. It was the Cowboys kicker. And he was just going off weeks 1 and 2, and I'm pretty sure I won like multiple matchups because of it. He had like 20 some points.
Yeah, I had. I'm only in like one league with kickers, and it was a pretty expensive league. I think it was $200 buy-in, and I had Brandon Aubrey last week, and I felt really bad for the guy I was playing. Like, just that's unfair. Dropped like a 30 bomb on him. That's terrible.
Like I think Cincinnati, no Burrow.
Yeah, go. I have no problems if you want to make that switch at kicker. I think that's fine.
I think that's very appealing. And then defense.
And we can ride together because I picked him in the X.
You guys are aligned on your kicker play.
Perfect. I love it.
And Juju. Let's
and Juju.
march them both out there.
Yeah, we'll die together.
I mean, there's a chance I might just. We're 1-0 on like the Juju bets. Like maybe I'll run back a Juju bet for Sunday Night Football. Might have to do that.
all the good vibes. We need all the vibes.
Yeah,
Ben.
we'll get everybody in the chat on it. Griffin, should I play Bills defense tonight or Bucks? Or wait and see if I can grab the Packers defense, which I really want. I mean, obviously, would prefer getting the Packers if possible.
Packers
But
defense good.
yeah, I would lean Bills over Tampa, but I don't know. Packers, if you could pick between them. Full PPR, Ioman or Golden, Keishon Booty, or possible Shepard. I don't know if Ibuka is going to miss. I still would probably lean Ioman over those guys right now. Good spot for Keishon Booty, though, this week. The Steelers' defense is not good. They're really banged up at corner. I mean, they've been getting up a lot of bigger like plays to receivers, and that would match up well with his game. But I don't know what the Patriots are doing. Like, they were running out like Matt Collins last week. I have no idea like what they're doing with their wide receivers, so that makes it a little risky. Start one at running back, Tracy, Allen, Algier. Steve, do you have any picks between those guys? So Tyrone Tracy, I'm assuming Braylon Allen or Tyler Algier.
I'd probably go Algier, but
I would too. Really good matchup for them, honestly. Panthers, terrible run defense. I think Algier had a monster game against the Panthers last year too, and that was like with Bijan getting there too. Like there's room for them both to do good. So I would go Algier. I don't even know. Like, shout out to these people in the chat. I don't even know most of these people. I don't know where these people came from populating in here. I got offered Tyreek Hill and Rice for ETN and Ibuka. Would you accept that? Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
I feel like Tyreek, he hasn't looked the same as he has the past couple of years. And I think that Miami team is kind of on the downslide.
Yeah, Steve, any thoughts? Tyreek and Rashee Rice for ETN and Ibuka.
Well, like Rice. You're not going to get. Is this a keeper league?
I'm gonna assume this is just regular, like just like a standard.
Then I would for sure do it because I'm I just don't have a rosy outlook for the Dolphins going forward. You got the quarterback throwing the coach under the bus. They haven't played well. I think he's gonna get fired.
I think Tyreek, man, there's no way he doesn't get traded, right? Like, that's going to happen.
Good point. That could happen. I don't know what he's going to do about his parental responsibilities, but it could happen.
Hey, I don't know about that. I think, I mean, in a vacuum, I'd rather have Ibuka. But I do think, obviously, Rashee Rice should be good when he comes back. And then Tyreek, I do think, I don't know, though. I think a KC reunion is likely. I could see the Chiefs getting Tyreek for cheap.
Didn't he say he wanted to go back? He said something like he said something like, if I got paid the money that I got paid in Miami, I would love to go back to Kansas City. He said something strange like that. I was like, of course, Tyreek. Of course you want your cake and eat it too.
Yeah. Well, I think he was a little bitter because he was like acting like the Chiefs wouldn't be quite as good without him. And I mean, look, the Chiefs did like completely change the way they played without Tyreek Hill. Like, they don't have that deep down the field passing game anymore, but they've won a Super Bowl. I think they've won two. Have they won 2 Super Bowls since he left, or just one?
It's been a couple of years now, no?
Pretty good. He's been there for 3 years. So it's not.
Okay. Yeah. Ray Gamer, thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. He said he's getting the he was getting the wide receiver side. Daniel's at quarterback. I don't know. I'd probably just hold on to Ibuka for right now and just see what happens. I know Chris Godwin's going to be coming back, but
looked pretty good.
It's like, how healthy is he going to be? Like, they said he could hopefully be back by like week 5. I don't know.
Talking about Godwin?
Yeah, like how healthy is he going to be coming back from that serious ankle injury? I just don't know.
I don't know. I have him in the expert league, and I'm nervous because there's just so many teams in that league that I need him to be good to have the necessary depth. And if they're saying that he's out there practicing lightly in week 3, I just not optimistic there. I think it's going to take him another 3 or 4 weeks before he's back up to full speed and they start throwing the ball.
I think the Ibuka side is the right side still. Too much unknown. Like, you're betting on Rice coming back and being fine, which I'm sure he will be because he's not coming back from injury. It's just suspension. But you're also betting, like, what if Tyreek, like, what if they ship him off to, like, some garbage team? Like, you have no idea. I don't know. It's like, we don't know the answer to that right now.
In the NFL, if you're suspended, are you allowed to practice, or is there a certain window which you're allowed to practice, like a week or two before your suspension's up?
If I recall with Deshaun Watson, wasn't he at some like facility like next door?
He was getting baptized in like Israel or something, I think. No, I don't know. I don't think you can practice until like the week of like the game you're allowed to play.
Week of? Okay.
Yeah.
No practice, probably.
I'm sure he's practicing. He just can't be like with the team.
Yeah. But it's like the same thing happens in the NHL all the time, where they go and they skate alone or they skate with like some college team. It's not the same. And then they always struggle to get back up to pro speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point from a real evil gopher in chat. Tua is a better quarterback or whatever he said. Yeah, Tyreek did say that. He was like, I got the most accurate deep ball passer in the league now. Like, he was like gassing Tua when he went there, but that clearly
jinxed him.
He must have.
Couple concussions ago.
If you got, here's a good one. If you got offered CeeDee Lamb and Breece Hall for Jamar Chase and Chase Brown, would you take it?
That's a tough one. That's a really tough one.
That's close. I wonder, man.
Because you with CD, like, you get the best player and the worst player. And normally if you get the best player in the deal, you win the deal. But Jamar and Brown are both really solid, high ceiling, high end.
I think I'd stand pat with the Bengals side of things. Like, assuming you are the one that has Jamar and Brown, I think I stand pat with that. But that's really close. Like, getting CD is nice, but there's too much inherent risk for me with Breece Hall. Like, I don't know. It's too risky. Even with Jake Browning, we're going to get points from those Bengals guys. All right. Do you guys have anything else like big on the agenda today? I mean, we talked Survivor. We talked a little season long.
Do we want to bring up our Rolling Insights League? And
yeah, I would love to see that. Also, quick side note while you're doing that, have the Detroit Tigers, like, are they just in total collapse mode, Steve? Because I've talked so much trash about the Cleveland Guardians on this stream, and here we are. They just took 3 in a row against the Tigers, and they're 3.5 back in this division. Like, a few weeks ago, it was 14.5, and it's down to 3.5. Just an epic collapse from the Detroit Tigers right now.
Yeah. It's that September baseball where, if you're on a slide, you get out of the dog days of summer. So I think the Guardians can do it, to be honest.
I think they can too right now.
If we come in here and roll the dice.
Who would you bench between Higgins, Ridley, and Juwan Johnson? Full PPR and tight end premium. I would definitely keep Juwan in if that's the case, because he's had a better role than those receivers.
The funny thing is,
him in.
Back to baseball really quick. The Guardians statistically are spalling.
I know they're not good. They don't, Steve. I don't understand like this. They're not good, but they do this every single year. They get into these like late season situations, and even though they're not good, they just manufacture runs. Like, they have no threat of hitting a home run unless it's Jose Ramirez, but they'll get on base, they'll move runners, they'll steal bases, and the pitching is good. But somehow they do this every single year. It's insane.
Yeah, I don't know. But in the past, you've seen them statistically start to climb at the end of the season. Somehow they're going the other direction and still doing it.
Their offense is quite literally bloops Stephen Kwan single. Maybe he steals. Maybe they hit like a fly out and he gets to second. And then like they'll hit another grounder that deflects off the pitcher's mound and goes to the gap, and then Stephen Kwan scores, and then they win a game 1-0. Like, that's their. It's crazy. They do this so routinely. It's.
Have any of the pitchers recently got glasses?
I don't.
Do they have the wild thing? Because it just
They
sounds
might.
like Major
Gavin
League
Williams
Baseball, the
looked like
movie.
him last night. I mean, just another huge start from him. Tanner Bybee's had some big starts. It's pretty crazy.
155 home runs.
Yeah, unless Jose Ramirez is up, they have no threat of hitting a home run. And then today they're going against Scooble. They get a run. I think they hit a solo shot against him somehow. So it's a 1-1 game. And then the Tigers put the bullpen in. Jose Ramirez hits a 2-run home run. That's their only offense, and they win the game. It's crazy. I feel bad for Tariq Skubal, by the way. I think this was like the 16th time or something in his career that he went like six innings with one earned run or less, and it was a no decision.
Wow.
He gets no help from that.
He's a good pitcher. But can we also quickly talk about this? I didn't notice this. 141 home runs for the Padres. How are they winning?
I don't know. I don't know. Is that Yeah, how is that possible?
Like run total wise, they're up there, but they don't hit any home runs. Definition of small ball.
They literally don't. Yeah. If you hit less home runs than Cleveland's 21st. If you're below them, you got serious problems.
Because this is a standard deviation. That means they're above average. Zero's average. So they're above average in winning, and with that offense, imagine they had a little bit of power.
Yeah. Well, theoretically, you would think they would, like based off their offense.
Yeah. And the guys they have in the lineup, but
yeah,
a lot of wind in that ballpark.
Yeah, I'm sure that affects things at some point, but still.
So we got Aiden and I going toe to toe this week.
Oh yeah. Hey, how about I got to shout out Sarika took me down last week. I got a dud from Josh Allen, and she buried me. I have to own that. She took me down last week in this league.
Let's see what she's trying hard. She's very focused.
She's 2-0.
How do I bring up the all matchups?
It was down below. It's just down below there.
That's what I thought. Oh, there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she took me down. I got nothing from Josh Allen last week.
Still not a like that's a terrible score. It's not like
but if I scored 84, I deserve to lose. I mean, seriously.
We also this is I think half PPR, so
yeah,
they're reduced a little bit. That 151 half PPR, that's a pretty good score.
That's a monster score half PPR.
Yeah,
even one. Wow, Dak, Jamar, just the double bangle no quarterback is sharp there, and then Jonathan Taylor. Literally everybody on his team went crazy. That's nuts.
Except for Marion.
Yeah. Brendan Joyce just traded James Cook, Nico, and Sutton for Bijan and A.J. Brown. James Cook, Nico, and Sutton for Bijan and A.J. Brown. I mean, I would say immediately I like the side you gave up, but it's only been 2 weeks. Like there's a chance AJ Brown like really rebounds, and that looks really, really good because there's a good chance Bijan's like the number 1 overall fantasy player. So like you're getting the best player in the deal. If Nico kind of has that average season and AJ Brown improves, like it's going to look really good in your favor. So I think it's a worthy gamble. Like if you feel strong about your team, like getting the best player in the deal is fine, Brendan. I don't hate it.
Feels like a W.
Oh, man, I'm going against Abel this week, too. Dak Prescott in, like, the best game of the week, 50 total. That's going to bury me. Jonathan Taylor's been going off. Oh, boy.
Genty, what's wrong with him? What's going on there?
Feel bad for him. Can't run block at all. Two really tough matchups for them to start, though, so we'll see. Like, we can get them in a good game. Like, maybe he has a better fantasy output, but I mean, he could do nothing against the Chargers last week. Like, it was bad. I went double rookie at running back, and it's been screwing me early on here.
Yeah, you got
Trevion Henderson doing nothing. But we know that rookies come on as the season goes, so I'm going to need those guys to pick it up, though. I can tell you that.
Oh, you need a vet, I mean, I got Brees Hall on my bench, so you just let me know.
I gotta figure something out. I need to make a trade. I have a lot of good receivers. I mean, Nico, Ladd,
Yeah.
Pickens, McMillan, Pearsall, Abuka. Like, I got room to work with here at receiver.
Everyone's nervous to make trades.
I need maybe. I know Josh would like to have Josh Allen. Maybe I'll throw him a little Josh Allen.
Who do I got? I thought I'd IR. Scary Terrence. Maybe I didn't drop him.
I might pick up Tyler Algier. I see him available.
What do you think
Dylan
of Wandell? I
Sampson's
picked him up in
available.
2 leagues.
Quinshon
Wow.
Judkins available. Oh, there we go. I found a running back right here. Give me another rookie. I'll just have all the rookie running backs. One of them will be good eventually.
It's Ben's rookie
Yeah.
team.
If you change your name.
I might do that. He looked good last week. And I have
What do you-
Tuden. I literally have every rookie running back. This is insane.
You're going to have to get Caleb on here. Talk about his team.
Oh yeah. How's he doing? What's the record for him? Is he
He's 1-1.
okay?
Bijan Mustard.
He's got a good name. He's got my boy Baker. He's got Tyreek, though. He's got 2 good running backs. Brock, Jacoby Myers. I think there's a few.
Looking at Marvin Harrison, what do we think about the comments his quarterback made?
Which ones distinctly? That he said when he was talking about like they don't just throw the ball to him or whatever, like there's other plays and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's true, but at the same time, I don't think like Kyler Murray is that great of a match with him. And I don't know if it's because he's like a big-bodied guy, but he had like this reputation of being like this contested catch guy, and that's just really not Marvin Harrison Jr.'s game. Like he plays exactly like his dad. He's just bigger and faster. So I think they could do a better job of like getting him in spots that are advantageous for him. But I don't know how good of a match him and Kyler are together, I guess.
Well, and once Call of Duty gets released,
we got that.
Drop Kyler. You
That
can't
whole
play
thing.
him.
Travis, we got Travis in the chat today. Wow, the big timers are in here today. What's going on? He says Miami upsets tonight. I just said, Travis, I'm gonna be rooting hard for Miami tonight to knock out all these Bills survivor picks out. So I hope
Go
Miami
Bills. Go Bills Mafia.
I feel bad for Travis. So, Steve, I don't know if you know this, but Travis had like a meetup with his community at the Dolphins game. And obviously we know he's a huge Dolphins fan. So him and like a bunch of his people were at the game last week and Dolphins lost right at the end of the game. Like just true Miami Dolphins fashion.
Just killed the event.
I thought
hopefully
scored that at the end, though. That was unfortunate.
Your coach doesn't get fired tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah. Travis, Steve said that Mike McDaniel's getting fired tonight after they get destroyed.
I think there's a real possibility there.
As a guy who cheers for a hockey team who's a serial coach killer, it feels bad, and I know the feeling.
Yeah, Aiden will have to come on. I mean, he was coming on during the Stanley Cup. Like, we'll have to get like Aiden and Caleb on and do like some hockey streams would be good for sure.
Who's Caleb's team?
He is a Saints fan. He is a New Orleans Saints fan. That's why he's been so quiet recently.
What about hockey?
Oh, hockey? Who would he? Maybe Flames?
I would assume.
I need a hockey team. You guys got to help me. I need to pick a team. Like, I don't really have allegiance to anybody.
You could pick Columbus. That would be a worthy.
But like, are they ever going to be good? Because if I'm like an actual hockey free agent, I've never watched it to where I have a team. So if I'm going to pick a team, I'm not saying they need to win the Stanley Cup, but like I want some semblance of a chance that they're going to be decent.
Like technically Columbus is pretty good right now.
Yeah, this is probably one of the better teams they've had in the last couple of years.
Okay. And if Johnny Gaudreau didn't, rest in peace, if he didn't pass away. It's actually crazy how well they did last year, considering the circumstances.
For sure.
So I they're not the like sexiest pick, but not a bad one. Like I think they got a bright future.
Yeah, Travis said the Knights. I know he likes Vegas.
Yeah.
I think Ottawa or Montreal. I think more Montreal could be a fun team to cheer for, because I think they're going to the moon.
Interesting.
And then you could go to Montreal and like experience true crazy fandom.
Yeah, I still have to come. So if the chat doesn't know, obviously Rolling Insights based in Canada. I've never been to Canada, so I'm still due for a trip there. And I was gonna text you, Steve, like a while ago, like when that sports betting tax thing got passed. I was like, dude, I'm just gonna move to Canada. So
yeah,
if that doesn't get revoked, the likelihood that I move like increases.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You're a draft dodger, a tax dodger.
Yeah. Travis says you can't get fired for losing as a 12.5-point underdog, but maybe if they were 0-5, he would get fired.
Here's my theory on it, is that if the media is talking about you getting fired, someone has already started to talk about that within the organization. So that to me tells that the heat is on. And if they lose tonight and it's a good game, etc., maybe it doesn't get fired. If they lose tonight and they get smoked, I think he's gone. And they got 10 days until the next game. So it's the perfect time in the schedule to bring in somebody new, because you can prepare for the next game. And your season's not lost, theoretically. You got Tua making comments about the coach. The place is just like it's worse than the Real Housewives of Miami.
That is bad.
So those are my theories as to why, if they get smoked tonight, Mike McDaniels might be operating the hot dog stand outside next week.
You know what they say: when there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. His seats. There's never been a hotter seat than that one he's sitting on right now. So I do agree with that. Travis likes Miami over 17.5 points. That's low, Travis. I might like that too. Like even if the Bills shred them, like 17.5 points. Is it still like that's not bad at all? Especially the Bills are banged up on defense, so I could see
15-2 AFC East champs.
Even if they got destroyed, like I could see them losing like 30 to 20 or something like that.
All right, gents, I got to run to another meeting.
All right, Steve. Aiden, if you need to hop off too, go ahead. I'll probably be on for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
All right. Later, everybody. See you next week.
See ya. Thanks for coming on. Yep, Aiden, thanks for coming on.
You betcha. Till next time.
All right, chat. Let me pull. I'll get unabated back up here, and we'll go back through. How did this log me out in the amount of time that I had this up last? All right, hold on a sec. Travis, do you have any other picks you like for the game tonight? Let me pull this back up. If you guys join late, like I said, blog will be up. It's done. I just have to hit publish after the stream is over. Really like Josh Palmer props tonight. Really like that HN over 5.5 receptions was my favorite prop. Other than the Palmer stuff, Palmer touchdown. They went to him. I think they were trying to get him a touchdown last week against the Jets. Josh Allen was looking his way quite a bit, and it just didn't work out. It's a good spot for that to happen tonight. I'm seeing plus 300 anytime touchdown. I think we took it at plus 350. So I think it's come down a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, we took him at plus 350. So it's come down a little bit, but I still like it. And then the first touchdown I took at 20-1, and that's down to 14-1. So we got a lot of movement there. Good odds on Josh Palmer stuff tonight. I tweeted it last night, but first big play of the college football season is this weekend, but the line has moved a ton. I feel bad because I didn't give this out. So I'm trying to figure out how to handle that, because I took Indiana minus 4.5. That was my big college play. And it has since moved to 6.5, which honestly, I don't like that. If you watch the streams, we've had a lot of success when the line moves against us in college. I don't love seeing the early CLV, but I think it came because Illinois ruled out like their best corner today. So I think that aided in the line moving. But I really, really like Indiana in this spot. Saturday night, I've been waiting to fade Illinois for a while. I don't think they're very good. Tried to do it with Duke, and that didn't work out. Duke just completely peed down their leg. I don't think Indiana is going to do that. So I took Indiana -4.5 for a big play this week. We will see if that works out in our favor. There's a lot of good college games this week. We'll talk more about it tomorrow. Tomorrow's stream will go through the college slate fully, and then we'll go through the weekend NFL preview as well, and then we'll be live Sunday morning. Stella said, who would you start at flex this week in full PPR? Jordan Mason, Brees, or ETN? Give me Jordan Mason, Stella. Just really, really strong floor with no Aaron Jones. Xavier Scott is behind him. Don't expect much from him. I think you're going to get a pretty secure 3-down roll from Jordan Mason this weekend. They're home favorites. I like Jordan Mason. Also, pretty good run out for us. I had Jordan Mason on the My Guys tier in my draft article, and pretty good run out for us with Aaron Jones getting injured early. Obviously, wasn't handicapping for an injury, but it worked out in our favor. I appreciate you, Stella. Thank you for tuning in. Overall, I think that does it for today. I don't have a side of the game tonight. Like I said, I think the sharper bettors out there, the pros, will probably be on Miami in this spot. I'm probably not going to I'm not going to end up taking a side, but I think that's where the sharper bettors will take Miami. I'm not going to bet it, but I'm definitely going to be rooting for the Dolphins in this game to knock out people in survivor pools, because I think I think you're going to get 25 to 30% of your pool picking the Bills tonight. So hopefully we get a Miami upset. Obviously, we got our props that I gave out, Devon Achane, Josh Palmer. I'll be rooting for them. Tomorrow we'll go over college bets, NFL bets. I gave one out earlier, but I like the Titans this week. That's probably my favorite NFL bet, +4.5, and then sprinkle on the money line too. Thank you guys for tuning in. Good luck tonight, DFS and betting. And I'll be live tomorrow at 4 o'clock.